Hi, it's Shayla from Making Lemonade from Lemons, and today I'm going to do, because I've already done an unboxing of ButcherBox. I got my second order for ButcherBox, and what I'm going to do for you, I am going to unbox it as well, but I want to kind of do an overall review of ButcherBox and what I felt about or feel about their company and about the quality of meat and that kind of thing. So I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get started. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and took everything out of the box because my tripod, I couldn't get it all figured out. Anyways, it'll just be easier this way. I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you what I got. This time I got the bigger box because there's two different sizes of boxes. There is the regular size box, and then there's a big box, which is generally for people who have bigger families. So since I have a family of 5 and we go through a lot of food in my house, this is what I went with. I do still have other food in my pantry and that kind of stuff, so this will hopefully get us through at least till close to the end of the month. But I can't guarantee that, to be honest, because my boys eat a lot of food. And anyway, so let me just go through what I got, and then I will talk to you a little bit more about it. So this is the top sirloin steaks. So when you order ButcherBox and you go to select, if you don't do like a straight beef box or a straight pork box or a straight chicken box, if you get a mixed box, like create your own, then you choose a certain amount of meats, okay? So like for example, I got this top sirloin, it counts as 1. So when you choose 1 meat, I'm getting 4 cuts of steak. Okay, so there are four sirloins in this one choice. Okay, so I got that one. I got another one. And I got another one. So that's 3 of the steaks. Okay, then that's of the top sirloin. Then I got these are flat iron steaks, and they're 4 ounces each. And so I got 1 of these. And then this is beef stew. So when you get beef stew, you get 2 pounds. So each order of beef stew, like each one is actually 2 pounds. So, and each of these, of course, is individually 1 pound here and 1 pound here, but this is one choice. I hope that makes sense. So I got 2 of those. Then I got, this is a bottom round roast, and I will use it in probably in my Instant Pot, unless I decide to can it. Because if you can it, it's basically pressure cooked, and you have beef, like roast beef in a jar. It's really good. Okay, so then I got 1 of the strip loin steaks. So it's a New York strip, and so it came with 2 steaks for 1. Then I got 1 pack, or so 1 order of the ground beef, because I still have some ground meat in the freezer. Okay. The next, so I'm moving on from the beef, and I'm going to the chicken. So I didn't get much in the way of chicken this time. Last time I had whole chickens, and they were excellent. So I got the chicken breasts. Each of these pockets are 1 pound each. So when you choose one, you get 3 pounds of chicken breasts. And I got 2 of those. Then I'll move on to the pork, because that's all I got of chicken. And I got a center cut roast. It's a center cut pork roast. And I got 1 of those. Bless you. And then I got 2 orders of the ground pork, because I can make a lot with ground pork. I can make my own sausage or whatever. So that's what I did. And then I got, bless you, 1 of the bacon. And this is actually this month. Well, I don't know if it was this month or if it was just for Cyber Monday, because my orders come out at the very beginning of the month. So for Cyber Monday, they had a deal where if you add bacon, you can add bacon for life for $25. So I will get 1 pack of the bacon in my box as long as I continue to order from ButcherBox. So I thought it was worth it. Then I decided to try something different. We don't eat a ton of fish, although I really like it, but part of that is because for me, I do better on red meat, chicken, and pork, because I have issues with low blood sugar, and so those are more complete proteins because of the iron and all that kind of stuff. So I normally go with that, but they have salmon, and I really love salmon, and so I got, each one of these is 2 pounds, and it's wild caught salmon. So I'm really excited to try this, because like I said, we don't eat a whole lot of fish, but it's nice to have. So they're individually, so they're actually cut into pieces, but all the pieces weigh a total together of 2 pounds in each one of these bags. But there's little packs in here. So if you only want, if you only want to cook one of these for yourself, then you can. But if you want to cook for your whole family, which I would do, I'd probably cook this whole thing, because I have 3 large boys and my husband. So, okay, so now that I've taken out all the meat and I've shown you guys what I got with this ButcherBox, I want to explain to you guys a little bit about ButcherBox. And what I did was, I had been looking at ButcherBox before I saw a video from Jess at Roots and Refuge. And I had been looking at them because I just thought that it would be a really good way to try to have these are basically humanely raised. Okay, so the pork is heritage pork, and it's the no antibiotics, free range. They're able to get out there and forage like pigs normally do. So ButcherBox tries to source all of their meats from people who treat their animals well. And of course, that's one of the things that I'm concerned about. And I'm also concerned a lot about chemicals in our foods. And since we don't have animals here, because I live inside city limits, and we just don't have room for animals. I really want to have meat that is humanely raised, ethically sourced, but also has no chemicals and that kind of thing. And so that's really important to me, and partially because I have some health issues, and I think that a lot of my health issues, with the exception of my degenerative disc disease, like I have an autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and I do believe that a lot of that comes from the chemicals and things like that that are in our foods that weren't in our foods a long time ago. And so because of that, that's one of the reasons that it really concerns me. So I'm really excited to be able to have meat that is ethically sourced. The chickens are free ranged. The beef is grass fed and grass finished. So that means that basically everything, they just get everything from the pasture. They're not giving grain at the end to help them boost their weight and that kind of thing. So like I said, that's one of the things that I was looking at them. That was one of the reasons I looked at Butcher Box, even before I saw Jess's video. But I decided to go ahead and try it because, number one, it was something I already wanted to do, but because I could also help Jess out, so that's what I did, because I like to be able to help out other homesteaders whenever I can. So this was a way that I could do it, and it wouldn't cost me any extra money, because it was something that I already wanted to do anyways. So let me just talk to you a little bit about quality. Number one, whenever I got the first Butcher Box order, I did talk about the boxes that they came in, and so I will link that video below. I'll link it below in the description. And so I really like the packaging that it comes in. It's all recyclable. So that's something that's great, because that was one of the things. They used to have totes that came in the boxes, and a lot of people talked about how they didn't like those because, you know, they got one every single time that they got a box, and they felt it was wasteful, and a lot of, you know, it wasn't recyclable, that kind of thing. So these are all recyclable. And so anyways, so then everything comes cold. There's dry ice in them. So I mean, these are solid. You know, it's been on the road a couple of days, and it's solid. So it's packed very well. The quality of meat, I think, is excellent. One of the things that I have noticed, that I noticed a lot when we were eating the chicken, from the whole roasted chicken that we got from the last box, I noticed that it actually had a bolder chicken flavor, if you can imagine that. So it tasted more like chicken than the chicken that you get in the store. So I thought it was definitely more flavorful. And I've had other grass-fed beef, and this was just as good. It was excellent, and a little bit cheaper actually than the grass-fed beef that's here local. But one of the things that I probably will do, because we're talking about looking into getting you know, a share of a cow, and if we do that, then what we'll do is we will instead of we won't be getting beef from Butcher Box anymore, but we'll continue to get the chicken and pork, that kind of thing. So because I really would love to be able to support my local farmers. So that's one of the reasons that I would go with the local rather than Butcher Box. So I just don't have anybody around my area that I know of that does the free-range chicken and the heritage pork. So, and of course the wild-caught salmon. And so those are things that I look at whenever I decide whether or not I'm going to go with, you know, where I'm going to go purchase my food. So anyway, so I hope that this review will help you guys. I hope that if you are thinking about ordering from Butcher Box, I will leave my link below. And I will also link the video from Roots and Refuge, from Jess Roots and Refuge, just in case you haven't seen her video on Butcher Box, because it's an excellent video. So just in case you have any questions about it, then you know you can watch her video also. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments and I will get back to you, I promise. I try very hard to always answer any questions or comment. I try to answer other people's comments, that kind of thing. So anyways, thank you so much for spending time with us, and I really appreciate you doing that, and we will see you soon.